janvier 2013, David Braben, le créateur du mythique Elite, réussit à réunir plus d'1,5 million de livres sterling pour son projet baptisé Elite Dangerous sur Kickstarter, faisant ainsi péter le record de l'époque. Il faut dire que le délire promet, avec ses centaines de millions de systèmes à explorer, ses batailles spatiales épiques et sa dimension multijoueur. Elite Dangerous a en effet su générer chez des dizaines de milliers de backers une envie de vivre ou revivre ces feelings que l'on a pu avoir, nous vieux joueurs, sur ces simulations spatiales de l'époque. Le genre a manifestement le vent en poupe, et il n'y a qu'à voir le succès littéralement phénoménal d'un Star Citizen par exemple pour en être convaincu. Eddie Simons, l'un des producteurs d'Elite Dangerous, nous explique d'ailleurs son expérience du crowdfunding et des raisons qui ont poussé le studio à se tourner vers cette solution pour le financement d'Elite.
The decision to go with Kickstarter was a bit of a no-brainer really, because publishers didn't really want to make space games anymore. It's been a long time since space games were successful, and publishers like to know that they're going to be getting a return on their investment. And there wasn't really the evidence there to show that was going to happen with a space game. But we really wanted to revisit Elite. We wanted to make a new game, and our backers, all the fans of the original games, they wanted to see something new as well. And when Kickstarter came along, that was our chance for our supporters to show really how much they want a new game. So they, funded the project with £1.5 million, just like the biggest amount that a Kickstarter project had received at that point. That's how they showed us how much support they had for the game, and that's what got us started on the game. Since then, we've sort of got additional funding, and we've had more players coming on board and supporting us. And yeah, it's just been a great process, and it's been great that we've been able to sort of work together with our fans to make the game that they've wanted to see. Publishers tend to follow trends rather than create them. So, they like to see, a successful market, and then they'll follow that. If you have like say music games were really popular a few years ago, then you'd have lots of publishers that would be jumping on that, trying to sort of, emulate the success of one product. And, we have a similar situation now where, lots of space games are starting to appear, and, it took a kind of an independent spirit, and it took the support of our fans to be able to sort of like break out of the kind of typical game genres that we were seeing, and like go back to something that people were really wanting to see, but publishers didn't want to risk the money on.
Les joueurs savent ce qu'ils veulent, et le financement participatif, malgré un certain nombre de défauts, met clairement en avant la relation entre les développeurs et leur public. Cela se ressent évidemment dans les différents feedbacks obtenus lors de bêta ou simplement dans le cadre de discussions qui aboutissent parfois à des features définitives dans le jeu.
Some big features of the game have come out of those discussions. Super Cruise, which is our faster than light travel that we use for going between planets in the systems, that was something that came out of discussions with the backers, which is a really big change on the game. I can't really imagine the game without that now. But right down to smaller things as well, the handling of the ship, how particular weapons behave, it's all been influenced by our backers and their great input that they've given us throughout the whole process.
Mais l'équipe de Frontier Developments ne s'est pas uniquement reposée sur sa communauté pour faire son élite. Recréer la véritable Voie lactée a demandé un travail littéralement massif et même une certaine rigueur scientifique, comme nous l'explique Eddie.
There's sort of two sides to building the Milky Way. We have like 400 billion star systems, which is a lot of space. We fill out as much as we can from the star data that we have. So every single star you see in the night sky, we've got that modelled in the game. Beyond that, we procedurally generate the rest of the Milky Way, and it's not just random numbers. We don't just like roll a dice, get a 3, that means it's a red planet, roll another dice, it's a green planet. We build this on first principles, we build this out of real scientific theories. We basically simulate the Big Bang, accelerate that several billion years, and there's our Milky Way. So every star that we generate has the correct luminosity, the correct gravity, the correct mass. We generate as close as we think we can get to what the real Milky Way is like.
Elite Dangerous ne se contente pas de proposer du commerce, de l'exploration ou du dogfight dans l'espace. Il fait le tout online. Une dimension ambitieuse, mais quasi indispensable de nos jours pour un jeu de ce style. Et pour le coup, les exemples d'interaction entre joueurs promettent des heures et des heures de kiff.
With having such a huge galaxy, it's really important that players are able to sort of feel like they own that, and part of that is making it so that they're able to impact that galaxy. So even simple things like trading, when they're buying goods in different star systems, they'll be affecting the supply and demand, which is going to affect the prices. Players could trigger some sort of economic collapse in a system if they're trading particular goods and the prices are going to change. You can't ever be completely sure that a particularly lucrative trade run that you have is going to last forever. The goods will run out, especially if lots of players jump on that and all try to sort of do the same thing. That's going to change where players are going to be trading. So it keeps the galaxy lively, it keeps it so that players can't just get stuck in a particular pattern. They have to sort of keep going out, exploring further. Similarly with mining, you find a system with really rich resources, you can go there, start mining and start selling your goods from that. But that's not going to last forever. Those resources are going to get depleted at some time. If other players see you flying back from this system with loads of silver in your hull, they're going to be like, where's he getting all this from? They could, follow you to your destination and, word is going to spread that there's a gold rush on, basically. And that's going to eventually dry up. And when it does, people are going to start fighting over those limited resources. And other players are going to be like, I don't want to sort of get involved in the violence here. I'm just going to go off and explore, look for something new. So, that's just one of the ways that the galaxy is going to be reacting to players.
C'est avec les yeux qui brillent qu'Eddie nous a parlé pendant toute cette interview. Et je le comprenais. Peu de temps avant, j'avais passé une petite demi-heure avec de l'Oculus vissé au crâne et du joystick massif au bout des mains, à triper comme un camé sur des rochers qui flottent et des missiles qui explosent. La promesse est là et elle tue. Reste à voir si l'expérience, notamment multi, se goupillera de manière satisfaisante et si les joueurs qui ne sont pas équipés du combo grosse bécane, Oculus plus joystick de bâtard pourront tout de même prendre du plaisir. Et si les phases de bêta, voire gamma maintenant pour les backers, sont actuellement en cours, on en aura de toute manière le cœur net lors de la sortie officielle du jeu le 16 décembre prochain.